Hey there, my name is Ksenia, and today I will be trying to answer one of the toughest questions that each of us faces at some point of his life. It's how to find a perfect job. The thing is, um, most of us have this question, sometimes even when you have a perfect stable salary, perfect job, and all this full package, and at the same time you wonder, maybe I should do something else. And the thing is, it's absolutely okay to wonder, it's absolutely okay to be uncertain and to seek other activities. And I guess that a lot of us tend to feel disillusioned when they see these people having perfect, stable careers, perfect jobs, perfect salaries, everything is perfect. And you are struggling there, trying to find something that you'd really like and that you would do for money, but like for long term, not just for 1 month. So this is a really interesting question, and I totally understand why a lot of us struggle to choose and really hesitate to ask themselves this question. But I think it's really important to sometimes wonder if you are doing the right thing. Question yourself if your daily activities are bringing you joy, making you not just successful but also a happy person. And I think that's the eventual goal. Everyone just wants to be happy, everyone wants to be fulfilled and satisfied with their life. And if at some point you realize that your job, your career is not bringing you the same emotions as at the beginning, or it never actually your aspirations were never fulfilled, then it's all right. It's okay. You can choose something else, and there is no big deal with hesitating, with changing your path and starting something new, no matter what age you are. So here is the thing. A lot of career coaches, they tend to suggest passing some psychological tests, like there is a Myers-Briggs personality test. It's really okay. Others, they suggest this point system. They ask you questions and you give certain points to the answers. Like there's a scale and you answer based on the scale. For example, what kind of industry you prefer, what kind of salary would you love to have, what are your best professional qualities. And there's also the important personality part, which answers the questions who you are, what actually brings you joy, and what is it that you really love to do. Because the combination of these factors, material and those that just generally describe your personality, this is what matters most. It's not just about money, it's about something that would be comfortable for you. Because, for example, if you pick the job where you, an introvert, have to be in this crowded open space where people constantly interact between each other, and there are many people in the office, then probably you will not feel very comfortable at some point. So maybe you should reconsider your work environment, the place of work that you'd rather spend most of your time. I tend to notice that a lot of people, they can be separated in two groups. Basically, when they look for a new activity, there are passive observers and active observers. Passive observation means that these people, they kind of try to learn first about this new activity. They read a ton of articles, they watch a lot of YouTube videos, they look for as much information as they can get about this new job or new activity, and they do nothing. Comment below if you are one of these people, and it's totally okay, by the way. There's another kind of personality. It's people that are active observers, those that look for new things to do and they just start doing it immediately. And the thing is, you have to be probably somewhere in between, because yes, studying is essential, understanding what you do is essential. For example, if you want to become a makeup artist but you do it with zero theory, you have never been really good at makeup and you just suddenly want to be a queen of beauty industry and you do nothing to learn, you just go in there and try to give makeup to your friends and it's not really satisfying is a result, probably you should just study first. So this perfect combination of studying and practice is what is needed to figure out if that activity matches you and fits your desires or not. And practice is really, it's important to understand that without practice you will also never understand if it's really your thing. What is also important, when you start actually doing something, our motivation boosts. And why does it happen? It's a natural reaction of our brain, it's a natural response, because when we start doing a new activity, our dopamine levels, they go up. This is why we feel more excited. We have this joy that just comes suddenly, and this is completely normal. This is how our brain responds to something new, and this is what makes us more motivated. For example, my personal experience when I started filming for YouTube, this is only my third video, okay? But when I started, I think it took me a few months to just start filming, which is insane because I always had a lot to say. I felt like I want to share a lot of information, and there are many topics I'd love to discuss more in public and not just between friends. And still it took me a few months. So I was this passive observer who was watching YouTube videos on how to start a YouTube channel and reading articles on how do you work it out and how to just master this thing, but I did nothing. And this is what surprised me right now, because I'm really motivated, and this motivation, it started exactly when I started filming, which is funny. It's just like a consequence of my actions. And even today, I honestly didn't feel like filming first, because maybe you noticed, but I have 2 casts on my arms, which is adorable, terrific story. I didn't feel like talking on camera because I didn't want to show my casts. I was like, no, I'm just gonna wait. It's 2 more weeks and at least my right hand will be okay. But on the other hand, I was like, I'm still a talking head, okay? I'm not vlogging or something. I can still share information and just sit right here without waving my hands and making you laugh at my casts. And I know it's kind of funny. I do realize that. But my point is, in the end, when you want to pick a new activity, it's okay to want to do just one thing or try many different ones. And the best practice, I guess, is to just figure out this combination of your skills, your financial aspirations, and what actually brings you joy. And all together, it will make sense. Also, it is really useful sometimes to just make a list. I know it sounds very common, but it does help. For example, you list 10 things that you'd love to try, 10 things that you'd love to do, and maybe one of them eventually will be the one that you would pursue as your career, as your job. Who knows? And finally, I just wanted to say that it doesn't really matter what you choose. Remember, it doesn't have to be just about money, because even the financial stimulation, let's say, it's not gonna last too long. Even if you have everything but you don't really feel like waking up every day, that's sad, that's really depressing. So ask yourself, what would you do if you had enough cash? What is that kind of activity you would do if you didn't really have to think about money? And sometimes the right answer just pops up. I will probably finish with my personal experience, with my personal example. I think it's quite relatable here, because I'm not only interested in marketing, entrepreneurship, and not just running an agency. That's not my solo activity. I am also a tennis coach and a former tennis player. And I've been doing it for 20 years now, which is quite impressive as a number. I still, when I say it, I'm like, 20 years, oh my god. It's really most of my life. And truth is, I've been always following my passion, which is tennis. And that's why I moved to another country. That's why I decided to study and stay there for work, because there were better conditions for me to play, to practice. and also to improve as a coach, because before that I was just a self-learning coach, I'd say, and now I'm more eager to study and to learn, to find out more about this and to become really better at this. And I'm trying to combine both of these activities, and it's completely okay for me to do both and to have two kind of absolutely different jobs, because sports and marketing, I mean, they do correlate at some point, but it's kind of different activities. But both of them are fun for me. Just one of them is more intellectual, and I'd rather say there's a lot more research to do. And I'm talking about marketing and business in general. I just love building systems. And on the other hand, tennis is something that I don't even have to explain to myself why am I doing this? I could do this for free, and I really love it. So I wish you to find something like this, something that would be both your passion and that would bring you money. I think this is a perfect combination. Thank you for watching, and in the next video I will try to review some of the e-commerce platforms and the ones that probably are worth attention if you want to start an e-com business. So if you don't want to miss it, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and stay tuned. Thank you again for watching.